I don't know. These are more theories. I mean, we gave ourselves the homework of how would we resuscitate Drake's career. I don't know if we have any answers, but it's a lot of fun thinking about it.
You're right. I mean, the more I hear it, I think resuscitate might even be too strong. But I think more than anything else is he's taking a lot of reputational damage. I've heard a lot of people talk about how or ask me if Drake should just go away for a year or two, and I categorically disagree with that.
No.
I think that this is not the era to curl up in your hole and wait till things boil over. You have to play these things. You have to fight the internet every day. Right. And you made a great Trump reference in that regard. That's what he does every day, regardless of what it is.
Yep.
And people do respect you for sticking around. One of my favorite Kanye lines, never leave while you're hot. That's how May screwed up,
Right.
So I think that him going away is not something that would be beneficial for him. I also don't know. I also think that he should really put someone on, like take a new artist under his wing and really put them on,
Right.
One of the criticisms that he's received over his career is that he, hasn't really brought someone from nowhere to the front.
Right.
I think a lot of times people are giving him credit for other artists' biggest looks. Still other artists, like Rick Ross was Rick Ross before Drake. 21 Savage was 21 Savage before Drake. Future was Future before Drake. Now, he helped widely expand their audience, and I think that's amazing. But I don't know if I can give him credit for actually putting people, like maturing, growing an artist, like bringing someone up and letting someone else have the spotlight. I think he has the resources, the tools, he has the ear, the talent, he has the stylistic range in terms of rapping and singing and making all kinds of songs that he'd be an amazing mentor for someone.
Yeah.
Finding that right artist and really letting them, do what Kanye has actually done for so many artists. Whether or not we agree with Kanye.
Yeah.
I don't know if we know about Big Sean without Kanye.
Yeah.
I don't know if we know about, I don't know if we get Astroworld. I don't know if we get Travis Scott without I definitely know that we don't get. I don't know. I question whether we get Pusha T, the solo artist,
right?
Without Kanye, and not to say that Pusha T didn't already have a classic or two in tow before he linked up with Ye. That's the truth. But I think Clips records differently than I think about Pusha T. I think right now is a great opportunity to really introduce the world to some fantastic talent and mentor them, show them, the tools and skills needed to make incredible songs, chart-topping hit records. And I think that also is something that will be another example of things we haven't necessarily seen from Drake that, kind of come into question when you start thinking about him as a colonizer.
Yeah. And that's, I've watched a fair number of videos over the years about the failed, I can't even not call it OVO, the failed OVO projects. He might just have to have a new name, by the way. Just get rid of OVO and just do like Drake Records or something, because I think that's done. Because I said in my video, I actually didn't know what OVO stood for. Like, I mean, once someone told me, I'm like, oh, right, yeah, but I don't care about birth months, But yeah, I mean, the long trail of artists that he failed to nurture. I mean, he's got what, 4 Bats is there now, and just released an album, and like his album got drowned by this beef. And I heard it. I wasn't like loving it, but at the same time, that is an example of a kind of guy he could potentially grow. I mean, especially if he tried to grow maybe someone from Toronto who maybe has an interesting experience that might echo some of the thing, maybe. I mean, so before Drake, I only knew Toronto through Cardinal Official, who's like a great rapper, son of Jamaican immigrants. And like, that's a very Canadian story. The same way in Montreal, there's all these great rappers who are kids of Haitian immigrants. It's like Canada has this great immigration history, and maybe Drake could build on that. And then that could maybe even emphasize his status as a sort of permanent immigrant in America, his sort of his place there. But yeah, no, that would be, I mean, even Kanye, the weirdness of Vultures, the fact that it's all with Ty Dolla $ign. It's like, I really like Ty Dolla $ign as a guest appearance. Like if I ever see him, I circle that track. I know it's going to be a good song. I haven't liked any of his solo projects. But like, what a weird thing to do, to like be completely canceled, to lose billions of dollars, and then to come back with somebody who's known, but not like, it's like him. Like you're going to do 3 albums, like you know, like that kind of left field move. Yeah, that might work if Drake, you know, Drake and Four Bats are going to release 3 albums next year. People might listen.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening.